You know those ideas that sound so awesome at first, but actually end up in a huge train wreck of nerdy therapy material? Not that I'm looking at you or anything, Sucker Punch. Well, L.A Noire is doing its damnedest to skip the queues and jump right to the top of the pile.
Okay, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It's not an absolutely terrible game. What it is though is a confused mess. Let's get something straight. Noire was produced by Rockstar, who also made Red Dead Redemption last year, and is meant to be a mashup between GTA and Heavy Rain. By rights, it should be incredible, but because fate's a bitch, go figure, it isn't.
Here's the basic concept. You start as a lowly beat cop who's trying to work his way through the ranks, and your mission is to fight off the corruption that's all over his precinct like a rash. This involves plenty of snooping around, the odd firefight, frivolous contamination of crime scenes, and a huge amount of staring moodily into the middle distance. By and large, it's a fairly good story. It deals almost exclusively in varying shades of grey, which is quite refreshing when most game scripts right now are about as sophisticated as Fast and Furious on speed. While the plot has all the layered characters, tension, betrayal and whatnot that you'd expect from the genre. Oh, and this being a Rockstar game, it goes without saying that the acting, along with the soundtrack, add a huge amount of depth and sparkle that really bring the script leaping off the screen. The tunes that L.A Noire rocks add to the gorgeously brooding atmosphere, as well as giving the game a razor-sharp sense of place, while the performances on display are well up and beyond the norm. More importantly, they're consistently impressive across the board. Squint and you could be watching a high-budget TV show.
Although L.A Noire's story might take a while to get going, the writing for the individual missions is usually strong enough to stop you from switching the proverbial channel. I mean, sure, there are the usual car chases and shootouts, but the cutthroat politics of your department or the completely unique experience of chasing down leads to nail a killer are the real stars of the show.
Sadly, however, this is where it all starts to fall apart. I know it's the hard-boiled noir vibe to pit our hero against the system and his own demons, yet this card is overplayed without any let-up. What this boils down to is a game that can feel hugely frustrating after a while. Nothing you do seems to work out, so if you've never had depression, then this is a good place to start. Not that the completely random twist about halfway through helps, obviously.
On top of that, the story falls prey to exactly the same issue as the gameplay. In other words, it's padded with way too much needless fluff, so it becomes quickly repetitive. You'll go over the same thing again and again until it's a struggle to keep going. It's a shame that most people won't get to the end, as L.A Noire's finale hits all the right notes and it'll probably stick with you for quite a while.
Still, at least the art style is flawless. Every inch of post-World War II Los Angeles has been painstakingly researched and recreated, presumably at the expense of many marriages, until every car, item of clothing, advertisement and packaging feels spot on. As a result, you don't need any suspension of disbelief here, though admittedly it is just eye candy and this ruins the illusion somewhat. Newsflash! Aside from some clunky side missions that are pretty threadbare on the originality side of the fence, there is nothing to keep you busy out there. Apart from avoiding civvies who have no skill behind the wheel whatsoever. They frequently cut you up, jump lights, crash into you, or generally shout abuse for no obvious reason. I suppose the true saving grace of L.A Noire is the mocapped facial expressions that are more or less on the same page as the fantastic environments. They really ground the whole thing in a reality other games can't get close to, largely because they're so accurate it's mind-blowing. It's actually a little creepy, come to think of it. Every twitch of every muscle is captured, which is pretty handy as you'll be spending most of your time gawking at folk while you interview them, trying to judge whether they're holding out on you or not. This emphasis on investigation, split evenly between interrogating suspects or scouring crime scenes for evidence, creates a distinctive atmosphere that sets the game aside from your GTAs or Saints Rows. That and a lack of prostitutes to run over in any case. Okay, yes, the mood is butchered as soon as you realise that the controller rumbles when you're near a clue, meaning no detective work is needed at a crime scene, but I'm willing to turn a blind eye as this is easily the strongest part of an already patchy title. And anyway, running in hopeless circles is Police 101, clearly.
In a nutshell, L.A Noire is a flawed gold-digging game. If you can grit your teeth and shovel your way through the monotony, then it's not too shabby-ish. At least it's going in the right direction. Basically, if you enjoy story-heavy games that are trying to be a little bit more original than most of the stuff currently out there on the shelves, then it might be worth a look, but only if you can find it cheap and you've got nothing better to do. Which, at this time of year, seems a little unlikely. 2 words. Batman and Skyrim. Just saying.
As far as the score goes, I was debating giving it a D at first because it's so far off what it could have been, but in all fairness that would be forgetting about the things this game does right. Despite the issues, when it hits the money, it excels. As a result, it's getting a C just about. Case closed.
Thanks for the view, guys and girls. Remember to like and comment, and if you subscribe, then I should have plenty more videos up soon. This is Gadget Reel, I'm Ben, and I'm out.